Well, folks, once again, Captain Boat Builder coming to you from my basement boat yard. Today, we're going to have a short episode. This is episode number 20, and I'm going to call this one, The Rig is Rigged. And today we're going to talk about the final painting of the mast, assembling everything, and getting the rig complete. The boat has progressed well once the rig is complete, as you'll see. There's not a whole lot left to do. I've got some finishing up to do on the varnish work, a little paint touch-up, and I'll be building the trailer. But today we're going to be concentrating on the rig, and I hope you enjoy this episode. It's not too long, but it sure took a long time to put everything together. So once again, welcome. This is episode number 20, The Rig is Rigged. This is the setup that I came up with for painting the mast, the two mast sections. You notice I've got it on the short sawhorses. This is so I can sit down and paint in a more comfortable position. Got the plastic down because I know I'm going to drip some stuff. What I've done here on these little sawhorses is I've taken this thin plywood and made just a little raised up portion for the fiberglass part to roll on, because I'm not going to paint this anyway. And then you can roll it as you work down to the other end. And you can see down here, maybe there's just a slight line where the paint rolls over and over. So by the time you do the second coat, you won't have a problem with that. So this is a way to be able to roll the work, sand the work, all in a sitting position. Also for the lower section of the mast, I've connected it here. Got a piece of aluminum connected to the sawhorse, and so now this thing can roll while I'm working on it, and the same thing down at the other end. So this is just a nice way to get the work off the ground, get it to roll. You have access to it as you roll the paint on, and it leaves practically no marks. And now continuing on with the painting of the mast. Here are the two mast sections, the upper and the lower, and this is what they look like after 2 coats of the epoxy primer. Folks, I just wanted to show you briefly the products that I've used for painting the mast. You can certainly leave the mast bare aluminum. It's an easy approach, and you'll never have to do anything to the mast. You can use the rattle can approach. You can spray it with polyurethane, say Rust-Oleum products, Krylon. You get a nice finish. I don't know how long it's going to last. I chose to use these products from a company called either Epiphanes or Epiphanes. It's pronounced either way. To me, the name just means very expensive paint that's produced in Holland, on the other side of the big ocean. I've had luck with this stuff before on another boat, and I did get an almost perfect finish on the top sides. I used the same products and exact same approach this time, and you'll see in the end it didn't turn out all that well. And like I said, this stuff's pretty expensive. You start with this wash primer AQ, and that's to take the oily finish off the aluminum. You put it on, let it dry, sand it off aggressively with 80 grit, put on another coat and let it dry. Then you go to the 2-part polyurethane primer, 2 coats of that, and then I went to the finish coat, the polyurethane top coat in bright white, and 4 coats of that. It took a long time, and you'll see a little bit later on in the video, didn't work out exactly the way I thought it would, and to this day I'm not sure why. But anyhow, these are the products that I used. Well, folks, moving along, I've got the lower section of the mast now. The painting's complete. It's in the boat. I think I have a pretty good color match. The 2 different whites were 2 different types of paint. But I will have to say, again, trying to disclose my mistakes, that I'll have to say that even though the paint is extremely durable and very shiny, I have to say that I'm quite disappointed in the finish. If you look carefully, you can see the bumps. And what those are is those are little bubbles in the surface. And I have absolutely no idea why they're there. I used the same techniques that I've used before to achieve an absolutely flawless finish. And this time, for some reason, I got this bubbling in the paint. And in between coats, this is 4 coats. And in between coats, I sanded it very carefully, and the subsequent coats bubbled up again. So I'm disappointed in the finish. I'm sure that the durability and the shine will be good, but the smoothness is not good at all, and it's not what I expected. And as I said, I have no idea why, because I did exactly the same thing as on previous projects where the surface was perfect. If you're interested in a Mylar square top mainsail, standard size, not the big one, I opted for the standard size sail. I thought the big one might be just a little too much rig for me. But a great place to get this sail, as a matter of fact, the only place you can get the sail. And this is exactly what it's going to look like. You look right here. That's not me sailing, but that's the sail that I ordered. It's made out of Mylar, and you can pretty much see through it without any problem. It does have a nice window at the bottom. But to get this sail, you just go to reallysimplesails.com and you go on their website and you look under sales for Storer boat plans. This is Michael Storer, the guy who designed the Viola 14. Again, this is what the sail looks like. And you just scroll down just a little bit and you'll see right here, Viola Canoe Laminate Standard. That's the sail. The Viola 14 main canoe turbo sail, that's the big one. So you have your choice. I chose the standard just because I thought the turbo sail might be just a little bit too large. But anyhow, this is the way that you can get the sail for the Viola 14. He makes Really Simple Sails, makes sails for lots of other boats. And if you're not building the Viola 14, you might find your design listed here. But it's a great source. Well, folks, the rig is finally finished. You'd think that it would be simple, and this is a simple, small boat. But in fact, it took me quite a while because I wanted to make sure that everything worked out just the way I wanted it to. I wanted it to be as simple as possible and also as user-friendly as possible, so the time to go sailing and to put the boat away would be reduced. Once again, we'll start out here at the end of the boom. Got a little bumper here so when the boom drops into the cockpit, it won't scratch anything. We've got the clew out haul. This part, these Dyneema loops will slide, and the line for the clew out haul goes through a little turning block right here and through the boom all the way up to the swivel jam there. We've got the main sheet connected. We've got the boom vang connected. We've got the downhaul connected here to the tack, just with a little hook. Easy to hook and unhook. This is made by a company called Clam Cleat. It's got a little cutout here so you can make a becket. Very easy to increase the purchase. And as we head up the mast, little connection here at the top of the mast. We've got a ring. We got a ring and another carabiner. So the idea is that you just slide the sail all the way up to the top, clip it onto the mast. It's very simple. The only potential problem is there's no provision for reefing because it's going to be connected at the top. My attitude towards reefing is if I have to reef the boat, I'm probably not going to go sailing anyway. But the rig has turned out just fine. This is the connection point right here between the lower mast and the upper mast. That will separate when I take this apart. And the idea is to be able to just slide the mast into the mast sleeve, hook it up at the top, and connect a few lines in the boom, and you go sailing. And the boom will come off and will completely disconnect so that the boom stays almost completely rigged, and it'll just lay in the boat waiting for the next time you go sailing. So I've been quite pleased with the result here. As far as I can tell, it's going to work just great. Like I say, it just took a long time because I wanted to get the hardware and the positioning just right. Well, folks, that's about it for right now. Looking ahead, I'm going to be installing a real thwart. And you may remember I had a little discussion about what a thwart was. And it's just a little temporary seat. I'll show you how it's going to work and why I'm putting it in the boat. I'll be assembling the trailer, a beautiful all aluminum trailer that I got from a company called Trailex. I'll spend a little bit of time on that. And we're almost ready to go sailing, except it's too cold here in the southeast. Bye-bye.